quick intro.
Hi guys, welcome back to one more interesting video. If you are following our channel, you might have seen we have worked on several Reyax modules like LoRa, BLE, GNSS and UWB. Among them, we have seen BLE and LoRa modules which are known for their efficiency and long-range data transfer. So if you have missed those videos, you can check out from the link in the description, which makes this video very easy to follow and interesting. So today we have received RYLR999 module from Reyax, which is a single module having both BLE and LoRa. So as we know, BLE helps to communicate with the Bluetooth devices like smartphone, and LoRa helps for long range data transfer without the internet connectivity. So now in this combined version, we can take advantages of both. So here I have received two pieces of RYLR999 modules, and they come with these boxes. So on this single module, we have separate pins for BLE and LoRa. Module also comes with separate antennas. This one for Bluetooth and other one for LoRa communication. In this integrated module, the specifications and features of BLE and LoRa still remain same as we have explained in my previous tutorials, like the support of AT commands, low energy consumption, long range data transfer, and separate UART interface for communication. But additionally, here we get separate antennas for the respective modules. BLE and LoRa can communicate with each other internally just by connecting RX-TX pins using these jumpers, and common 5 volts power supply for the entire module. So in this video, we'll directly move on to the practical, since we have covered most of the basics in previous tutorials. Here we have two modules. One will act as a transmitter and other one as a receiver. We will connect one smartphone to this first module and send data over the Bluetooth. The BLE collects the data and internally transfers to the LoRa. And finally, the LoRa transmits the same data long range. On the receiver module, the LoRa collects the data and internally transfers to the BLE. And finally, the BLE sends the same data to the second smartphone over the Bluetooth. So this is the application scenario we'll try to test today. We need to do some basic configuration on both the modules. For that, we need a USB to TTL converter, which helps to communicate directly with the computer USB port. I'll be using this FTDI converter, and make sure you have connected jumper on the 5 volts output. And on the software side, you can use any of the serial communication interfaces like Arduino serial monitor, but I'll be using the Comfort software, which is mentioned in the Reyax official website. You can directly download using the link provided in the description box. So extract it and double click on the application file. And you get this interface. We'll start with the configuration of first module, BLE part. For that, connect the 5 volts and ground of FTDI converter to the VDD and ground of Reyax module. TX of BLE to RX of FTDI and RX BLE to TX of FTDI. Now I'll connect the TTL converter USB port to my computer. Here it automatically detects the COM port. If you have any confusion, you can check and confirm from the device manager COM port section. Keep rest of the settings as same and click on connect. So for the BLE configuration, you can follow these commands. First, we have to reset the module. For that, 80 plus reset and click on send. So we get positive response as ready. So next, to check the name of this module, 80 plus name question mark. It has this name. Just to avoid confusion, I'll rename it. For that, 80 plus name equal to RYLR999 underscore module 1 or M1. So that's all for the BLE. So now for the configuration of module 1 LoRa, instead of BLE TX and RX, I'll just change to LoRa TX and RX. And rest of the connections remain same. So for LoRa configuration, follow these commands. First give 80 and check if the communication is happening or not. So we are getting positive response. So next we have to reset the module, 80 plus reset. So next, to check the baud rate, 80 plus IPR question mark, and by default it's 115200, which will keep as it is. So further we need to check the band, 80 plus band question mark. So it's saying 915 megahertz. This you have to set based on your country specific range. In my case it's 865 megahertz. So 80 plus band equal to 865 followed by 6 zeros, comma, capital M to save this into permanent memory. So now if I check the band again, we get the updated value. Next is the address, 80 plus address question mark. Default value is 0. So you can keep any non-zero value for this. In my case, I'll set it to 11 with 80 plus address equal to 11. So this is also updated. And last, 80 plus network ID, default value is 18. This I'll keep it as it is. So that's all for LoRa. I'll disconnect this. With this, the configuration of first module is complete. We'll move on to the second module. The connections remain same as that of the first module. Starting with the BLE configuration, connect, we'll do reset. and change the name as RYLR999M2. After BLE, further for the LoRa configuration of the second module, I'll just change the BLE TX and RX to LoRa TX and RX. Now you can follow these commands: 80, 80 plus reset, IPR will be 115200. Band should be same as the first module, so I'll make it 865 megahertz. So next we have the address, which should be different from the first module. So there we have 11. Here I'll make it 22. And last, the network ID should be same on both the modules. I'll keep it 18. So with this we have completed with the configuration of both the modules. So one last thing is to connect these jumpers for internal communication between BLE and LoRa. So now to start with the testing, I'll connect 5V supply for both the modules separately. So the devices will start working. To communicate with a BLE, we need a BLE supported application. So I'll install Light Blue application from the Play Store on both the devices. After installing, you can open the application, allow access for location and Bluetooth. Now turn on location and Bluetooth. Application is ready on both the smartphones. On the first one, I'll pair with RYLR999M1, which will act as a transmitter. Click on connect. After connecting, scroll down, and here we have to use this particular service for sending and receiving the messages. Under this, the characteristics 1 helps to send the message. Here, change the format from hex to UTF-8 string. Click on write new value, and here we have to use 80 plus send command to transmit any data. 80 plus send equals to address of the receiver. In my case, it's 22, comma, number of characters you want to send. I'll keep 2, and the characters I'll keep high. Also add \r \n to end the command line. Click on write. This message will be sent from the transmitter side. On the receiver side application, I'll connect to RYLR999M2, which will act as a receiver node. Here also, scroll down and go to the same service. But this time we will use characteristics 2, which will help to receive the messages. So inside this, click on subscribe, and you can already see the data sent from the TX, and this updates real time. Also, I'll change the format from hex to UTF-8 string. I'll change the data to 3 characters and send. So on the receiver side also it got updated. So with this setup, we'll try to do a quick range test. I'm keeping the transmitter side module on the top floor of the building, and I'll keep sending the data. And I'll take the receiver module away from this to see up to what distance it can communicate. So here we are performing the test in the congested area having tall buildings. So we got around 1.2 kilometers of range. But many others have tested it in the open space and keeping the transmitter at higher altitudes, and they have easily got 10 to 15 kilometers of range. So in this way, using the combined module, you can send the data from Bluetooth devices to long range without the internet connectivity. That's all for this video. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section below. And make sure you also check out the Reyax product from their website. Links will be in the description. Thank you for watching. We'll be back in the next video.